Hello there, boys and girls. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Mending Munich. And today we've got two games for you. Salzburg and Schalke, plus a roundup. As you can see, that's why we're on this screen. We're going to get straight into it. This team, very, very confusing. Very hot and cold. Very hit and miss. And it shows in the teams we've beaten, teams we've lost in the last couple of weeks. We drew with Bayern 1 apiece. You saw that one. Amari Guri scoring on the 49th minute, and good draw there. We then lost to Wolfsburg 1-0 at home, and didn't play particularly well in that one. We then went to Werder Bremen, going to be in and around us in the at the end of the season, and lost 3-1 there. Bon Giovanni scoring the goal. But then we went away to Bayer Leverkusen and beat them 2-0. Illich and Guri scoring the goals again. Really, really weird to see. We then got knocked out of the German Cup against Hertha. Went down to 9 men. Not great. But 3-2, Guri scored a double there. He's been 4 goals in 3 games, which isn't too bad at all. And then we drew with Freiburg at home again. We went 1-0 up, but then they came back in the 75th minute and got the equalising goal. So very hit and miss, as I said. Very strange time at 1860 Munich. It still keeps us 6th in the league, 4 wins, 4 draws, and 2 losses. 16 points on the board. As I said, we're looking for 40 this season. So literally nearly halfway there. And we'll be absolutely golden. Salzburg just below us in 7th. And we've got Schalke, who are actually in 2nd going into that one. So could be a difficult couple of games for us yet again. That's it for the roundup. This is going to be the team that plays against Salzburg in this first game. And inconsistent is exactly how I would describe our form. We've got Muller in goal, Egbo, Velasquez, Belik and Klaassen are the back line. Illich and Mbai in the middle of midfield. Samuelson on the right, Burke on the left, Bon Giovanni in behind Guri. We've changed it up a little bit purely because Brewster's out injured. He'll be out for another 12 days. Gomez is nearly back. He's out back in 6 days' time. Goujon is suspended, and Handwerker is out for 2 weeks. So still injuries to our most creative players, probably hindering that inconsistent form that we've got, not having a set lineup every single week. Let's get into this first game against Salzburg, and hopefully a bit more consistency for this team. Intergerda out to Max on the right hand side, back into Hinteregger, and we're pressing him really well. Illich with a great tackle on him there, and he picks up that loose ball again out to Samuelson on this right hand side. Illich is really controlling things for us. 7 minutes gone in the game. Out to Klaassen. Klaassen now getting closed down, but finds the ball back to Mbai, into Belik. Belik now being caught on the ball, but gets the ball eventually to Klaassen. Illich again running things in the middle of midfield. Out to Samuelson. Can he get a ball? And he can. Guri's there, but Nelson nicks the header away from him. Back out to Illich again, into Bon Giovanni. Can he turn his man? No. Goes to Illich, goes for goal, and I think he just touched the crossbar and goes over. Max with a throw-in, finds Richard, but we get the ball clear, and by great block from him. And Bon Giovanni goes all the way down this left-hand side, and Guri's pulled out to the right-hand side. Don't understand that logic at all. Nelson picks up the ball, and Interregger gets the ball back to Nelson. Good press from Guri, and having to run between 2 men. Tolgay back to Nelson. Patient play here from both teams. Klaassen heads the ball on, and Burke picks the ball up, and Illich now switches the ball over to Samuelson, and he can have a run at this defence. Out to Burke again on this left-hand side. Whips the ball in. Bon Giovanni's there, and he hits it just over. 15 minutes gone. Loads of possession and chances coming to us. Skirts at the back post, and Hinteregger is there, and that's a great save from Muller in the goal. And I think it also came from Egbo or Klaassen on the line as well. So chances coming for both teams. Very entertaining game so far. Burke down this left-hand side. He's going to take on 2 men there, but finds Illich running in into Bon Giovanni. Lovely ball. I passed it back. He could have gone for a shot. Samuelson's there, and Giefer pushes that round for a corner. Bon Giovanni, why did he pass it back? He's done a couple of weird things in today's episode, today's game. Bon Giovanni whipping that ball into the back post. Guri's there, and Hinteregger gets the ball, sees the ball out for a goal kick. Max with a free kick deep. But Pilkington gets the ball clear, and Guri should latch onto that. He does eventually find the ball, and Guri down this right hand side over to Pilkington on the left hand side, and we've got a couple of boys pressing there, but they get the ball out to Bosun over the top to Sami, and Egbo's got the legs on him there, and good tackle by Egbo, but he just launches the ball clear with launched the ball clear in themselves, and he's offside, but we just need a little bit more composure with our play from back to front rather than just launching it forward. 2 minutes to go now. Klaassen down the line to Byers into Illich now. Illich has got a little bit of time on his hands. Out to Klaassen. Can he get the ball? And he can, but it ricochets off the defender, and now Schreiber is gunning down, and he's got men over there. Usami's going to shoot and score. 2 minutes to go in the game, and we're going to look like we're going to lose this one. Augsburg on the counter-attack, and Schreiber just with acres of space. It was a poor cross attempt from Klaassen, and it puts us on the back foot. Usami, I thought Egbo was going to have the legs on him there, but doesn't. Just hits Muller, goes into the back of the net, and it's 1-0 to Augsburg. Final chance of the game. Byers getting the ball into the back post, and Guri is there, and it just gets cleared off the line, and that is it. Augsburg 1, Munich 0. We start this episode with a loss. Our form at the minute isn't the greatest. If you have a look at the schedule, haven't won a game since Leverkusen. No wins in 2 now in the league, and yeah, not great reading. We were coming into a part of the season where we probably weren't going to pick up that many points. Bayern, Wolfsburg, Leverkusen, Schalke, Hertha, Mönchengladbach, Hoffenheim, Leipzig. So this is going to be a really tricky period for us. We are going up against Schalke next, though, in about 15 days' time. A great planning there from James with an international break in the middle. But I'll see you when we get there. It'll take me about 20 minutes to get through it, but it'll be in a blink of an eye for you. Right, here we go against Schalke, second in the league. Schalke are. We're on a really bad run of form at the minute. Good news and bad news from the international break. The good news is people like Handwerker, Gomez, Brewster, all coming back to full fitness. The bad news, though, we've lost Velasquez for 4 weeks or 3 weeks. So he'll probably see no football now until after the winter break. So Velasquez is out. Belkaya comes in for him. Muller in goal. Gaspar on the right. Basson on the left, and Bellic in alongside Belkaya. Illich and Gujon in the middle. Gujon comes back from his suspension. Handwerker on the left. Bongiovanni in the middle, and Samuelson on the right, and then Guri up top. Big game for us. Schalke at home. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we get some points from this one. Correa with a free kick goes to Sisto close, and gonna have a little run. Yeah, Divock Origi goes for goal and try to whip that ball into the far corner, but not to be. Muller starts with a goal kick, and we find Illich, but Bentaleb's nipped in, and that is 1-0 to Schalke. 15 minutes gone. Illich just didn't get that ball under control. Nabil Bentaleb, ex-Spurs man, comes in and just nicks his pocket, really, to be fair. Illich, yeah, just a poor first touch. Bentaleb all over him, and it's 1-0 to Schalke. Poorest possible start we could have had. Klaassen into Gujon, back to Klaassen, and finally get the ball, our foot on the ball. Guri's going to chase that, and Anton should do well, but we pressure him, and now Samuelson with a good header on, but Nastasic does well. Samuelson back to Illich, into Gujon. They're pressing really well, pressing Illich more than anybody. Probably can see the danger that he's got. Gaspar now on that right-hand side. Lovely overlap from Samuelson, and back to Gaspar. Can he get the ball? And he can. Trying to find Handwerker at the back post, but Nubel does well and claims really, really comfortably. Gets the ball out to Hahn. Hahn now driving forward into the centre of the defence, into Piano Sisto, and it's 2-0 to Schalke, and it looks like we're absolutely getting wiped away here from the big boys. And 2 defeats in this episode, it looking like, if we can't pull this one back. Hahn just drives forward into the centre of defence. Lovely through ball to Pione Sisto. Takes his time, puts it past Muller. 2-0 Schalke. That sees us through to half-time. As you can see, domination by Schalke. We're down to 9th now in the league, and last few weeks in game have been very, very tough for us. Injuries really piling on the pressure, as well as results. Muller on a 5.0. Loads of people on a 6.3, 6.4, 6.5. Just going to try and G him up, passionately say, look, you know as well as I do, that first half wasn't good enough. Show me why we can turn it around in the second half, and then carry that on with, you weren't that bad. You've got loads to improve. You've got loads of faith in this team. Hopefully we can come out with a bit of a more positive result, positive performance in this second half. Correa with about 20 minutes to go, and first highlight of the second half, and playing it around with Floranas. Down this left-hand side, we're pressing well. Gomez come on for Bongiovanni, and Nastasic into Torreira, into Rudy. Rudy now getting the ball over to Hahn, and Hahn now down that right-hand side into Divock Origi. That's a good save by Muller, and Bilic gets the ball clear. Brewster, Gomez and Grimes all come on for Illich, Bongiovanni and Guri, just to freshen it up and just get some game time into Gomez and Brewster. Going to be absolutely crucial for us in this fight for survival. Looking like more of a fight for survival after the last kind of month or so in game, and this is going to see us through to full time. Final 10 seconds or so of the game. Goujon into Matty Grimes. Can he get the ball out to Gaspar? It's a loose pass from Grimes, and that is it. Schalke 2, Munich 0. No real chance for us at all in that game. Muller not having the best of games. A 4.5 or 4.6 in that game. Just didn't play at all well. And yeah, Bentaleb well and truly getting the game underway with a quick fire goal. Just say far from pleased with what I've seen out there. Need to be doing better in games like that. We need to at least battle for something in those games. We are now 8th in the league, 2 points away from kind of European places, but that's not the issue. We need to get above and keep above these 3 places down here. We are 7 points clear of the relegation playoff, and if we can keep that kind of distance from now until the end of the season, I'll be very, very happy. But we are well and truly in a fight for survival, because these last few games have been horrendous. 2-0 loss, 1-0 loss, haven't scored in 2 games. Freiburg 1-1 and haven't won in 3 league games. So we need to try and get back onto winning ways. We will be back against Leipzig and Mainz. They'll be the next 2 games. Leipzig, big team in Germany, and Mainz, don't really know too much about that team, so hopefully we can pull some points off there. And that will also be the final games before the winter break and before the January transfer window opens. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be doing in January transfer window, but if we need to dip into it, we'll try and get a little bit more quality into the squad if and when we can. But that's it for this episode. If you have enjoyed it, please do drop it a like. It's been a tough one today. 2 losses and no real action for us going forward, but injuries not helping. If you have enjoyed the episode, please do drop it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you don't miss any more content. Remember, tick that little bell icon. We've hit 650 subscribers over the last day or so, so thank you very much for all your support, and until next time when we bring you Leipzig and Mainz, and then hopefully a few more points picked up in between. I'll see you soon.